I'm Catherine Scheil, a professor of English here at the University of Minnesota, and I've been a professor here for 20 years. When I was an undergraduate, I did study abroad in London. It was Shakespeare in London, and it was life-changing. So it's been on my bucket list for a long time to do a study abroad class in London with Shakespeare. So this will be the 4th class that I've taken on this trip, and it's been amazing every time. Favorite activity is probably taking students to Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. So it's right on the bank of the River Thames, and it's a reconstructed space, so it feels like you're going back in time to see a play just like it would have looked in Shakespeare's day. So it's super exciting. Everyone always loves going to the Globe and seeing the crowd, and of course seeing Shakespeare perform live. While students are abroad, they have a faculty member, me, there. So it's a really close-knit community. You get to know everyone on the trip, as well as the faculty member who leads it. So we go over together and everyone knows each other, and then we spend a week together, not 24/7, but most days of most of the day of the trip. So you've got a lot of friends, you've got a large cohort, as well as a faculty member that you know really well. Assignments are all connected to the trip. So all of the assignments are having to do with Shakespeare and London, and also we go to Stratford, Shakespeare's hometown. So the assignments are things that get you to think about what does it mean to be in the space where Shakespeare wrote these plays and was inspired, and then to think about what are some of the things that may have inspired him. So the natural world or historical sites or that sort of thing. So it's all connected to what you're doing on site in the UK. It's super easy to make friends on this program. So we take the transatlantic flight over, which is about 7.5 hours. And then we go to all of the different sites together. You eat meals with students, and then you do have some free time, so you can go see some of the non-academic sites like the London Eye and Buckingham Palace and that sort of thing. So you're immersed in not only Shakespeare's London, but with a group of other students all doing the same thing. So the classes that I've taken over on this trip have been really close-knit. So people make friends and actually keep up with each other, once we get back to Minnesota and even after. I would say this is probably one of the best study abroad trips that you can do. There's no language barrier, so it's really easy to get around, and London is a very modern city, so it's got all of the creature comforts that you might expect. But there's so much culture there that you could really spend years and never see all of the museums and theaters and historical sites. So it's just like a wealth of information. And most of my students who've gone on this trip before plan to go back. So it's a nice kind of taster course if you're thinking about study abroad, but you don't want to go for a whole semester, you don't want to go for a whole year.